The Sharing Wonder Award recognizes outstanding performance of magic by an exceptional artist and comes with a prize of $15,000 from the Slaight Family Foundation. We are delighted to name DERREN BROWN as this year's recipient. Originally from Croydon in South London, DERREN has always held an interest in magic, but it was as a student at Bristol University where he seriously started to explore the curious limits of what he calls the human experience. Though he formerly studied law, DERREN abandoned a legal career after graduation and instead concentrated on developing his performance skills, starting as a magician and hypnotist, all the while maintaining a sideline as a portrait artist. As he built up his performing portfolio, he caught the attention of UK's Channel 4, and in 1999 he was invited to create a new television show on mind reading. The result was DERREN BROWN Mind Control. This pivotal program catapulted DERREN to stardom, and he has been producing thrilling, shocking, controversial, and exhilarating presentations ever since. For 2 decades now, DERREN has produced wide-ranging television programs and specials that have explored many intriguing areas of human behavior, from mind control to psychological experiments. He has questioned everything from fate in Russian roulette to emotional manipulation and unconscious fraud in seance. He pushed his audiences to the very outer edges of morality in a television special for Netflix called Sacrifice. But DERREN has continued to astound in live performances as well. Since 2003, he has produced 10 shows that have played in London's West End and toured throughout the UK and Ireland. Most recently, DERREN made his Broadway debut with his show Secret, which ran for 15 weeks at the Cort Theatre in New York City. DERREN is an explorer. He asks many existential questions in different media, including as an author of several books that range from magic technique to philosophy to human emotions. As a visual artist, he observes the world in the same curious way, particularly when he arms himself with an old-fashioned camera and sets out to capture life as a street photographer, or when he strikes a bold line in his portrait art. He looks keenly and carefully at both the interiors and exteriors of all that he finds fascinating. Above all else, DERREN BROWN is curious. He dives deeper, peers closer, and is always looking for thoroughly original ways to share wonder.
Hello, what a lovely treat. What a treat, an honour to get a prize, a reward for doing what I love best. Thank you so much. Thank you, Allan, and thank you everybody else behind this. It's hugely exciting. Magic is something that, for me, it's taken me a while to find it. I'm 50 next year, and what I've found is that it tells us something about the way we mistake our story about the world for reality. So here we are in this infinite data source of information coming at us, infinite number of things we could think about or pay attention to, but we choose what to pay attention to, what to think about. And we form a story, we form a narrative, and then we mistake that narrative for the truth. We all get it wrong, of course. And of course that's what a magician is doing, is making us pay attention to a particular story that we also know isn't real. And I think that particular space that magic can bring us to, of realizing that our story is only part of the bigger story, that our perspective is only one of many, that there's other stuff going on that we just don't know about, that we are not including within our story, which by its nature is cozy. It excludes so much information. I think that's a valuable thing that magic can bring us to, which is why I'm particularly happy that this is a prize for sharing wonder, because that space that it brings us to, that I think is where wonder is in magic. I don't think it's just a childlike state of astonishment. I think it's actually quite a grown-up place of seeing the world for what it is, stepping outside of our stories as much as we can. That's an important place to be, particularly in our current age. So how lovely to be recognised for trying to do that. Thank you very, very much. I'm hugely honoured and excited. Thank you.